You have to change and move and evolve. You can't be the same person you was yesterday. Cause the world is a move strange nowadays. You don't know. Hey. Self-evolution. Let go of the pain and all the blues, man. You know, wrong destination. Just the road a man a travel keep me safe.
One of those annoying windy days. It's super windy for no reason. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We heading to work right now. And today, I know you lying. I know you lying. My first Pocket 3 DJI I had, I was making a video using a microphone, and I put the microphone on my seatbelt. To hold the microphone, you can use a magnet if you want to. So I had this behind my seatbelt. This is like, what, last year. I had this thing on my seatbelt, and I could not find the magnet. Like, the camera fell off, I couldn't find a magnet. Just now put the seatbelt on, here was a magnet I've been looking for. I've been looking for this for like 6 months, probably. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about what it's like driving a manual transmission Acura Integra. Mine is a 2024 8-spec technology, because you can only get the manual transmission and the 8-spec technology. If you've been watching my videos, you know from this view from my house, I can see the mountains. Look at that. You can't see nothing. This is a dust storm. This is insane. I used to live in the desert. I'm used to the winds. But this week, the wind has been ridiculous. But anyways, you guys saw me in the intro. I took out Omari's diapers. And yeah, I changed his diaper this morning because he pooped this morning. And this was the nastiest, vile thing that ever hit my nose. Like, me and Michelle, we were dying. Like, we couldn't breathe. Look at this. Can you guys see the wind just throwing dirt all over the place? And here's the thing. I change his diaper every day, you know? Like, I get him ready in the morning, I get him ready at night. I'm used to nasty, smelly, stinking doo-doo Pampers. But for some reason, this one that he did this morning, it was just disrespectful. It smelled like he ate like he chewed up a dead camel and then just let it just cook in his stomach and then just pooped it out. Michelle was like, please take this paper out right now if I die. We're gonna die in his room. To give you guys some background, I had a Civic Si before this, and I've driven, and I think my first manual transmission car was a 90 Accord that had a 5-speed. My Si had a 6-speed, and this had the 6-speed. And I would not buy this Integra any other way. Like, I was not gonna buy the CVT. There's nothing wrong with the CVT, but I had the CVT in my 22 Touring Civic, and it's fine. But manual transmission is just the way to go. Some people buy cars because it takes them to work and they go to A to B, so they don't care. Which I get that, so you may not even care about transmission. This powertrain is the perfect daily driver in my opinion, because I can short shift and, you know, maybe have the car in normal or comfort. I'm in normal right now, and it doesn't feel too aggressive. It don't feel annoying to drive. Clutch is not a heavy feel, you know, and I'm in 5th right now. Bro, this wind is ridiculous. Like, you saw how I went down to 5th? No, 4th and then 3rd, easy, 2nd. Coming from my Civic Si, I did put a stage 1 clutch in it, and those transmissions are even fun to drive as well too, but the Si is a little more raw, especially with the K20. It wasn't boosted like how this is a boosted, but this is still a smaller 1.5 with turbo. That was a bigger K20 with, you know, high compression, VTEC, like real VTEC. You know, it's not like these cars. But like, even coming from, you know, from a stop to first, it's very easy to drive, very forgiving. If you stall this car, something's wrong with you. 1. Number 2, the clutch engagement. Yeah, the engagement is down low. And when I first got this car, it was different to get used to, because my Si was a completely different engagement, a different feel too. Like, my Si was way more raw than this car. This car is easy to drive. It's a new car. New cars don't really have too much personalities. They, you know, everything just feels all electronic and just new and easy, and hopefully the audio is good. I should have been using my microphone, but I gotta get to work. But anyways, so that I went down to 3rd, and I don't have to blip it. I'm so used to blipping in the Si, so when I first started driving this car, I was blipping it myself, and the rev matching was trying to do it as well. And you can turn off the rev matching, but for everyday driving, it makes driving in traffic, stop and go traffic, things like that, is really easy. Tumbleweed just flying across. You see a lot of tumbleweeds here as well. But yeah, this is just a easy car to drive. If you don't know how to drive manual transmission, you're gonna be driving in a few days. Not even a few days. I give it like 1 day of driving all day. You can learn how to drive this car. That's how easy it is. Look, I didn't have to blip it. Back to forward. Hey, look at that. So easy to drive. And then if I want to get on it, I can get on it. I have plenty of power. The power band, the torque, engaged. It's a lot more download torque because of its turbo than my SI. There was no download torque at all. That car has no torque. You really got to rev. You really got to downshift to get up in the revs to get some power. But this one has power, all throughout the power band, and it don't rev as high though as the K20. I can't tell you guys how easy it is to drive this thing. Look, second, it's simple. But I did consider the Type R. Now the Type R makes more power. That's also manual transmission only, and that's another car that's easy to drive. Now it's not as, this car is a little bit more, I say, careful than, not careful. It's a little bit just more, I'll say easier. The Type S, that's a Type R. I mean the Type S. The Type S is easy to drive as well, but the A-Spec Tech it's just a good blend. So it's not too raw. I can put this into sport mode, and I feel like the shiftment. I feel like the engagement and everything, even in sport mode, is a little bit different. See, just now, I think I didn't give enough gas a little bit, but like, it's easy. Real easy to drive. And like I said, I can go to sport mode, and then it'll give me a more fun to drive. Actually, at this light, let's put in sport mode. Auto downshift. I do this all the time now. I was against this when I first bought the car. I was like, I don't need no auto red matching. I could do it myself. But now, I mean, if you're like on some back roads, or you're raging on the car, you're romping on the car, you want to match up with the revs manually, like with yourself. You don't want the car to do it automatically if you're like really getting on it. But like for driving like this, it's, especially in traffic, or it's just, I can't even tell you guys how easy this car is to drive. So the CVT, comparing the CVT to this is just more fun to drive. It's more engaging. The CVT though, you don't have to worry about shifting. You don't have to worry about being in traffic and shifting. I did not even mean to do that. Downshift and go. This is a fun car. It's a fun car. It's not the fastest. 200 horsepower. It's not the fastest car in the world. But it's fun. It's definitely fun. If you want something fast, you buy a Type S or a Type R, and you really get some power. But look, going around corners, it's just very engaging. I know this Camaro is thinking. And I don't know, you guys, I had the camera so you guys can see me driving. It's like really easy. I know, I see him. I see him. If I really want to go faster, I would have downshifted to third, then get up and going, but I don't need to be flying like that. Oh, the wind. Oh my God, I can feel it. Yeah, the wind is crazy. Oh my God, it's tossing me right now. Yeah, but today, it's high winds today. I forgot how fast the winds are. But if you see that CRV in front of me, he's getting tossed to left and right, and I'm holding on for dear. I'm holding on for dear life right now. Let's go back to normal. We don't need sport mode right now. You guys can probably hear the wind. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me over the wind. The manual transmission is a great option. I work at Acura too, by the way. That's where I'm going to my job. And man, I had to order the manual transmission because I don't know about where you live, the state that you live, and how your market is. But I'm in New Mexico, and when Acura building these Integras, 1 out of 10 Integra is a manual transmission. So we don't ever have a bunch of them sitting on the lot. I recently sold my twin. It was a 25 version of this car, manual transmission. We had on the lot. I sold that one. Before that, I wasn't working there yet, and there was never a manual transmission. When I came to buy this car, they did not have liquid carbon with the red interior and manual. They had I think white with the orchid, and that was it. So this color combination is pretty popular. Red interior, liquid carbon, manual transmission, and this wind is just shaking me up right now. Like, it's holding me, it's trying to push me over. But I'm used to driving in these type of winds, so this is not really too scary, Like, someone will get into this and probably like, oh my god. But yeah, so so maybe where you live, manual transmission is easier to get a hold of. I don't know. But for me, my market, that just reminded me. I had a customer that wants to know when we have a manual transmission, so I need to let him know. But I think I have 2 or 3 being built. Like, they're not even like here or in transit. They're waiting to be built. So it's definitely not a common combination to get. And I can see Acura killing the manual transmission pretty soon. To be honest, I'm shocked that in 2025 you can still even get a manual transmission, because most brands don't do it anymore. The gearing in Integra is mapped out pretty good, because first, it's super short, second is short, and then third is kind of short. So the first few gears are pretty short, so it makes the car feel faster than what it is. Hey, look at this. You got an ILX right here. That's a previous Integra before they called it Integra. But yeah, the first few gears is just so short and fun to drive that's what makes this car fun to drive, especially like on back roads or like the mountains and things like that. Is because of the shorter gear. It's just very engaging. I don't know what to tell you guys. I gotta take this like on a mountain road one day so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that's what makes this car so fun to drive. Now, people complain that it has 200 horsepower, it should have more power, it's too slow. And I think that's what's perfect about these cars, that they're not the fastest thing in the world. So you really gotta like have fun to get up to speed. Like, I don't have to speed to have fun in this car, pretty much. And that's one thing I always loved about Civics, and that's one thing I loved about Civic SIs, because an SI is sport injected Civic, pretty much. So the Civic, a little bit sport in it, so you can have a little bit more fun than your normal Civic, and you don't have to be doing 90 to really feel the power. Like, you'll feel the power right away, but it's just not the fastest. Like, that first gear is just very, very short and just sweet. Second to third, but because of that first gear, it's kind of useless when you're coming from a line. It's not that easy to like race somebody. So because of that, you may off the line, someone may catch you a little bit. But once you get to second to third, he's gonna ramp on the curb. Oh no, he just missed the curb. I hate this turn right here because you can't see. Like, look, I can't see what car is coming. What the hell is beeping? I hope it was not a person behind me, because I'm over here trying to make sure I don't die. I don't think it was a car behind me. I think it was a car behind him. Because you get the A-Spec technology package, you get all the features. You heard the parking sensor went off just now. You get the bigger screen, bigger display, heads-up display. You guys probably saw it, me driving in it. One thing about the manual transmission, though, is the auto, like the engine idle stop, whatever. When you come to a stop, it will turn off. For the manual transmission, it's annoying because sometimes you have to turn the car all the way back on to get it running again. Like, with an automatic car, it'll shut off. All right, we made it to work. It is so windy out here, you guys can probably see. I got the microphone on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's crazy windy right now. Got tears coming down my eyes. But anyways, let's take a look at this NSX. This blue is beautiful. You got black emblems, carbon fiber boot, bonnet, frunk. Ooh, look at this. I like the green. Black interior, manual transmission. You see the motor in the back. This thing is clean. Damn, this thing is hot. Carbon fiber spoiler. Yeah, this. I love the black emblems. This thing is spicy. You got a little diffuser back there. All right, we need to figure out how to get a NSX. Like, I have to get one of these. And we're gonna get one of these. We're gonna do it real soon too. Damn, man, this is a dream car of mine right here. One day we're gonna get one of these. Back on the highway, sun is setting. About to go to Target to pick up some goodies. Parked like a crackhead, but you know what? It is what it is. Ain't nobody here. I'm here dolly. All right, we got our Target stuff. Time to head home. Yeah, temperature definitely dropped. It's not as windy as it was earlier today. It's a little windy, but it's cold. Like I'm on an incline, and I could have did better getting to first gear just now. But still, you know, it's like, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this car's easy to drive, but it is. And then even that first gear, it's fun to drive. You can like rev up there. Like I said, it's not gonna rev high like a B series, K series, S series, H series. You know, the old school Honda technology. But it's gonna be fun to drive. You got boost, you got torque down low. Now a few days later, we are in my home garage and kind of just want to sum everything up on the Integra. I enjoy it. I enjoy driving it every day. It is my daily commuter. I drive to work or any personal errands or anything like that. I do have a family car as well, and this is our RDX A-Spec, the 23 liquid carbon red interior. This is a 24 liquid carbon red interior, manual transmission, A-Spec with technology package. A few things I did to the car. Yellow daytime running lights, but tint there. Yellow fog lights, also tint there. We have the black A-Spec badging on both fenders, so driver and passenger. Figure I'll show you guys. And also have the A-Spec badging on the tailgate. And I also have a black Acura emblem in the rear as well. You can see the car a little dusty now because it's just been, you guys see how windy it was the other day. It's just been wind here. Also, forgot to mention, I have the illuminated emblem up front, so it is black, and at night it lights up, LEDs. It's a nice touch on the Integra, especially on the front end. You want your Integra to look a little bit different. But overall, don't regret buying this car at all. Previously, like I said, I had a 2009 Civic Si. Oh, speaking of Si, I did do one more thing in the interior. So I do have a Skunk 2 weighted shift knob. I had this shift knob in my Civic Si, and it's weighted, it's heavy, it's way more heavier than OEM. So when I go into gear, it just feels more fluid, more I don't know what to say, more smoother. If you're maybe shopping and interested in a manual Integra, because 25 they still make them in the manual, I have a feeling they're gonna stop the manual transmission pretty soon. Because like I mentioned before, you know, Civics, there used to be way more options in the Civic and manual transmission. Now there's only the SI and the Type R. So, and in Integra, it's only two. You get the A-Spec with Tech, or you get a Type S, and that's it. So I think the manual transmission in the A-Spec with Tech will go away before they do a Type S, before they take away the manual in the Type S, in my opinion. You can't go wrong with Integra, especially because you can't get the manual in the Civic anymore. So if you want something, you know, easy to drive, fun to drive, but still a little premium, the Integra is definitely where to go. These are not the quietest cars in the world, so some people complain that Civics and Integras have road noise. I think it really depends on what type of car you're coming from. If you're coming from an Audi, BMW, yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. But if you're coming from like a Nissan or a Hyundai or something like that, you're gonna think it's the quietest car in the world. So it's all about perspective, to be honest. But I love the car. I'm gonna keep it as a daily for a while. Manual transmissions, just ever since I learned how to drive a manual transmission, I just enjoy owning one and making it a daily. And if I don't feel like shifting one day, I just jump into this thing, you know. And then we do have another car, you know, our off-road build over there that's also an automatic as well. But to be honest, driving the 6-speed in the Integra is so easy. I don't think you're gonna just not want to drive one day because it's a manual. It's just way too easy. And I've driven, you know, manual transmission like like pickup trucks, diesel trucks, you know, like Jeeps, you know, like things with like heavy clutches. I think one of the craziest car, not the craziest car, but one of a difficult car I've driven was a Camaro. I think it was a Z01. It was a manual transmission. You know, that car is not forgiving when it comes to getting to gear and shifting. So compared to this, and then like even like what's another car? Like even like Subarus, like WRX and STIs. I feel like those clutches and shifting, they're easy, but they're not like this. You know, I feel like you have to work a little bit more driving those cars than this. This thing, anyone can jump in here and drive it and be fine. Driving this car is just too easy. Anyways, I'm gonna end everything here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you watched the whole thing, I appreciate you. If you have any questions on Integra, manual transmission, I do have a second channel where I do car reviews, and I mostly do Hondas and Acuras. So check out that channel. I'm gonna put the link above my head for that one. Or drop a comment below if you just have any questions for me on this channel. I do have some mods for the car that is sitting on my shelf. I haven't installed them yet. Nothing too crazy, but one of them will completely change the drive for sure, for me personally. I don't think it's gonna make the car drive bad or anything like that, but for me driving, it's gonna change a lot. So I'm excited. That one's actually incoming. That one's actually not here yet. I'm waiting for it to be shipped out. But the other part I have, one of these days when I have some free time, I'm gonna put it on, and it should really help out the car 100%. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next video.
Wrong destination, I just the road I'm on a travel keep me safe. And now me energy I resonate throughout me residence, because me take the time to meditate, connect the elements.